RK Chess. Today I bring you a brilliant puzzle. It's an endgame composition which involves the pawn promotion theme. If you look at the position here, black is having 3 pawns and white having 2 pawns. However, the h2 pawn is of no significance here because it can be captured by the king. In this position, it's white to play. Now both the pawns are looking really good to promote themselves. However, black has a counter attack. So in this case, if you want to win the game, how will you form a strategy? What's your plan? Can you just push the f pawn 2 steps, or would you push the h pawn, or would you capture the h2 pawn? These are the 3 candidate moves that you have, 3 options. In this position, you have 3 options as mentioned before. Which option would you select? Pause the video, give yourself at least 5 minutes to solve this puzzle. Write down the solution on a piece of paper and compare it with the solution given here. Okay, so if you have thought pushing the h pawn, this will not work because black has a very strong counter attack pushing the pawn, and both of you would queen together, and this position is a draw because black has queen and pawn and white would be left with queen and pawn. Now if we had thought of the other option, pushing the f pawn, this would not work because the king would be reaching at the right time to stop the pawn from promotion. So this is not working. And if you have thought king into h2, then it is black who starts pushing the pawn and going for the pawn promotion. So the question is, how will white win the game? The answer lies in moving both the pawns together, the f pawn and the h pawn, and you actually bring the king, the black king, to f8, and you push the h pawn with a check. So I'll show the solution. The first move is f4, threatening to push the queen the pawn. Black has no option but to bring the king. Now here, instead of pushing the f pawn alone, what you do, you push the h pawn. Now black has no other move but to push the d5 pawn, because if he pushes the a pawn, it won't work because the white pawn would reach here and stop the black pawn from queening over here. You can check this. Okay, so here the best move for black is to push the d5 pawn. Now again we push the f5 pawn, inviting the black king, and now again push the h5 pawn. d4 is the only counter play black has. You push the f6 pawn, again calling the king, again push the h6 pawn. d3 is the only move, f7. Now we are threatening to push the pawn and promote, so black has no option but to move the king. And now you push h7, forcing the black pawn to d2. And here comes the brilliant move which many of you would have missed it. It's f8 queen with a check. King into queen forced, and this brings the king on f8 so that we can give a check with pawn promotion, thereby not giving black enough time to push the pawn since it's a check. Now if the king moves, you simply bring the queen back here and capture the pawn. So white wins the game. So this is a classic example of a pawn race where both the pawns are pushed together in tandem, and it's a very instructive endgame Hope you liked it and enjoyed the short lesson on Endgame. This is Manthan Chokshi, international chess player. Keep signing our videos and also subscribe to our channel for many such informative videos. Thank you once again.